solid Mustang here. I'm not going to say a lot here through this. We'll sit here and watch this trailer. Star Wars Battlefront.
Hello, I'm Niklas Vigrius from DICE, Design Director on Star Wars Battlefront.
Okay, this guy's talking about the graphics in this game are epic. The view of an X-Wing first-person view. So that's cool. Got Vader, got the man. He was framed.
Star Wars battles you've always dreamed of, and create new heroic moments of your own.
Oh, rocket pack. If they're just short bursts like that, that could be interesting. To take on some of the stuff. The graphics are definitely insane. You're definitely going to who's who, which, if you guys listen to my other commentations, you know that's something to think about. Boba Fett,
really
it's
opened
cool.
up the vault. We visited their famous Star Wars archives, as well as the real locations where the films were
put a
shot.
battle on
Thanks to photogrammetry
Death Star,
technology
don't
and the powerful
That would be
Frostbite game
epic.
engine, we're able to deliver players amazing digital replicas of the original Star Wars movie models, with a lifelike authenticity never before seen. From the lush forests of Endor all the way down to stormtrooper helmets and rebel blasters, the level of detail we're able to achieve
the way they
is
make
simply
this stuff look.
But what you see is only half the experience. We also visited
they have a
Skywalker
nice
Sound,
house.
where audio team got access to the original movie sound elements. When players pick up a lightsaber or step into an X-Wing in Star Wars Battlefront, we want them to experience that same childlike sense of wonder we all felt when we saw the movies for the first time. From epic 40-player multiplayer matches, to fighting side by side with a friend via
Now that concerns me a little bit. You got one guy first person, you got one guy third person. That does kind of concern me a little bit. We'll get to that here.
Be sure to check back for more Star Wars Battlefront dev diaries exclusively. And remember to pre-order Star Wars Battlefront, and on December 1st, be among the first players to experience the Battle of Jakku. The pivotal moment when the New Republic confronted key Imperial holdouts on a remote desert planet in the Outer Rim. For the team here at DICE, the opportunity to bring this experience to fans is a dream come true. We hope to see you on the battlefront when the game comes out. May the Force be with you, always.
Yeah, can you say epic? This game could be absolutely epic. I'm really looking forward to E3 and seeing what some gameplay actually looks like. I'm going to do a little Titanfall gameplay. There's a couple parodies here, a couple things we get into. I figured these are closest to the ATSTs I could probably get that we saw get blown up by the rocket.
Eliminate all enemy forces. Good luck.
A lot in there. So a friend of mine was saying you're not going to be able to fly space battles, you're not going to be able to fight, TIE Fighter versus X-Wing. Yes, you can. We saw that in there, so that was debunked. So I was happy to see. I was like doing that. My favorite fighter though is the A-Wing. I always loved the A-Wing. Fast, maneuverable. I play a lot of the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. My favorite plane, or my favorite fighter, since they plane starship, was the A-Wing. So, what else is going on in that thing? There's a lot going on in that thing. What isn't going on in that thing, I guess would be more the question. I'm a little concerned about the one thing I mentioned in there, and that is the third-person and first-person view together. It'd be interesting to see how they make this work. And what I'm worried about is the guy goes and hides behind a small wall or around a corner, and he can angle himself to see around that corner without being seen himself. So, you have no ideas there, but he can watch you come up and then, right when you get up close, just stick the gun around the corner and shoot. And, I mean, if you played Rainbow Six Vegas 2, for example, that's how I get a lot of guys. I'd sit down in a corner and I have a shotgun, and when a guy come running down there, I just hold the shotgun out and just boom, boom, boom. I get like 4 or 5 guys who are running down. Now that's against the computer, so I don't feel bad about that. But it's really going to stink if some guy is doing that in a multiplayer game. So now if you get up there and if you're hiding around the corner and it's kind of sitting off to the side and only kind of shows you, maybe kind of a closer up of you, that's fine. And to, you know, go around the corner, you know, to have it zoom out, you have to have your head sticking out or something like that for somebody to shoot at. That might work. You know, something along those lines to where, come on, we all seen how people camp in Call of Duty and Battlefield, so you know they're going to do it in here. That would be an unfair advantage. The looks of the game, though, the graphics are off the chart. They blow everybody else's doors off, bar none. Except for maybe something, you know, a couple of racing games, but for what they're doing, it's fantastic. I talked about Forza 5, this is on that level. By the way, Project Cars is getting ready to come out. I did find out May 12th. If you're interested in a racing game, it looks epic, and the reason it was delayed was because it was supposed to be a VR or virtual reality game, and the VR helmets were not ready, and they weren't going to be ready for some time. They said they couldn't wait anymore, thus they're releasing Project Cars. So all you kids out there who want to know why the teacher says your stuff has to be turned in by this specific time, this is why, you know, companies have deadlines so they can make a profit. And if they have to delay those things, that's not good. Anyways, that's your lesson for the day. I could not find that guy. Back to Star Wars here. So, one thing that I've been hearing, and you know, we won't know until E3 comes up in about a month and a half, is how the campaign's going to work out. Now, I've been told that it's going to be a campaign like Titanfall. It's where you just had the little battles and stuff like that, and he's like, you know, my friend Bob was like, oh, that's going to suck, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, really? I don't know. Because I believe this is supposed to be between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. That's the area this is supposed to be in between.
You got it. Stand by for Titanfall.
If I understood everything in the conference right and everything about this game. Again, things are subject to change. You see something else, who knows? I wasn't there, which I'm kind of mad at myself for not being there. I should have been there. So, you know, what could be really cool is if you read the books or if you get in there, there are a lot of battles, you know, that maybe we hear about. You know, Lando Calrissian, somebody must have told him about that little maneuver at the Battle of Tanab. What Battle of Tanab? You know, do we finally get to see the Battle of Tanab on Battlefront? That would be epically cool. A lot of your other battles and stuff like that, that, you know, maybe you had to read about, or there's some little snippet about something like, you know, like I said in Return of the Jedi, that you go, oh, okay, you know, this is where this fits in. So it could end up being really cool, you know, especially if you can do both space battle and the ground battles. So even the Battle of Yavin is not only in the books, is not only a space battle up in space, but there's also a ground battle going on. So the airstrike there by the Y-wings on the AT-AT, that was really cool. I was stoked about that. What else? There's a lot, you know, the effects, the special effects, if you will. You know, the lasers, and when the lasers hit something, the little, you know, you see all the sparks and everything come flying off, and a little burn mark there, and you know, that's it. And that's Star Wars. You know, it will be interesting to see if they fit in the You know, we saw Boba Fett flying around. We saw the man Darth Vader bring out his lightsaber. How does that fit into the game? Does it fit in the multiplayer, or is it only in the single-player campaign or the multiplayer campaign if they do it that route? Whatever the case may be, how they do that is still up in the air. We won't know for a while. You know, hopefully we'll find out. So rip this guy. Once everyone get a buddy of his. But we won't know exactly what all comes up this. You know, we'll know more on E3. We'll know more as the game gets closer. You know, oh, it drives me nuts, these developers sitting there and, oh, the game will be out, you know, it's April and we're going to launch it in November. No! Now, if it's me, like, okay, Destiny did this with House of Wolves. House of Wolves is ready to go, so they're going to wait a month. No! Launch it next week. You know, you got your hype build up, and then you let your hype kind of calm down. Now, with Star Wars, that's going to be totally different. I mean, I'm already stoked for this game. A friend of mine, his wife runs a movie theater, and they have to preview the movie to make sure everything works right and looks right, so that there's no problems when they play it the first run for the public. Yeah, I guess he goes and get that. My wife is so much into Star Wars, she's actually going to let her hair grow long, and so she can put it up in the bun thing, like Princess Leia. So she's going to do that. That's just going to be fun. So I might do a little, some kind of little costume or something like that myself. Yeah, I'm a nerd like that. That's me. But Star Wars looks like it's going to be absolutely epic. If you haven't already gone out and reserved yours, the special editions are going fast. They're only $10 more. They're 70 instead of 60 right now for the Xbox One. There is supposed to be a PlayStation 4 edition, so that means there's probably end up going to be an Xbox One edition, something that big. I mean, let's face it, there's an R2-D2 Xbox 360. So it tells me there's already something in place, that there's probably already an agreed upon thing that will probably come out. And if you have the day one editions of the Xbox like I do, Xbox One, you probably want one with a bigger hard drive. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I really do appreciate it. Tell me what you think of Star Wars. Solid Mustang, got your 6.